So this is part two of my indestructible Moto Edge 2025 phone. And like I was discussing in my video 13 days ago I made, in which this phone hardly gets any damage. Now I recently, about a week ago, was out bike riding at night when my phone flew out of my hand, and guess what it landed on? The concrete, face down. And I don't even have to tell you guys how my heart was, palpitating. It was racing. I said, yeah, that done done it. That done it, or half done it. I was already assured that once I turned this phone over, that it was going to be one shattered crack. But it wasn't. No micro abrasions, no cuts, no broken glass, nothing. I've taken this out of the in and out of the case. No residual damage. Not even micro fractures, nothing. And like I say, this phone comes with a durable Gorilla Glass 7i. And when they mention military grade, I don't know what kind of glass this phone is using, but I can really tell you, along with a durable case, this phone is indestructible. Now, remember I was saying previously in my video I made 13 days ago that I've dropped this plenty of times in different spots, different places, inside and outside, and never sustained no kind of damage. Um, I've used this phone without a case. I've rocked this phone with a case. I have different cases for this phone, but but I don't have a glass screen protector. I was about to say before I got tongue tied, if you notice, I don't have a screen protector on this phone, and some of the reason why is because you barely don't need one. The kind of coating, because it's an OLED display phone, so it's supposed to, I believe, absorb fingerprints. I think it's got a, do it got an AMOLED display? But it does have, this is an OLED display. So the colors is more punchier, everything. But I really, really love this phone. And if you all is interested in a Moto phone, please pick this one up. Now they have different variations. They got the Edge 60, they got the 70 Pro, they got the 70, they got the, it's so many different Moto lineups to choose from. But when I tell you these phones here are some of the best phones you can never lay hands on. Then they got the Motorola Signature, which is a flagship Motorola device. Come on. People in the tech world be sleeping on Motorola phones. These things here. And not only the build quality of these phones is exceptional, look at the battery life. The battery life, with no lie, can actually get you up to 2 days of usage, sometimes 3 if you're a light user. Now, I'm a heavy user with my phone, and I still will tell you that this thing can literally get me into the next morning. It really can. Or at least comfortably last you all day long. Like if you work a job, you can actually charge this baby up, work your shift, and actually come home and don't have to worry about that you ran out of battery. You know? So like I say, if I do get another phone, it's gonna be another Motorola device. And it's probably gonna be either the Edge 70 Pro or the Signature. Because the Samsung's see, I told you I get tongue tied because now Samsung does have good devices too, but their devices are so flawed because they have so many different features on their devices, it drains battery a lot. Now, a lot of these Samsung phones that have came out, they have a lot of battery optimizations now. So they have ways to save battery life on Samsung devices, but I really is a Moto guy. I've been a Moto guy really since like 2014 to 2013 and upwards. But like I say, these phones have an incredible battery life. And I believe it's because they use less features than Samsung devices, than Apple devices, than Huawei devices. So Motorola phones don't have the latest cutting edge technology, and they really, I think they prioritize themselves on battery saving features. And again, if I go to settings and then I scroll down to battery, you'll notice, go to battery usage again, and you will notice that the last time it was charged to 100% was 8:59 p.m. Now, don't you think about that? It's 7:32 a.m. right now where I live at. That means my phone was charged yesterday and it's still at 65%. And it's 7:32. So if you want a phone to do basic web browsing, text, video calls, anything, or even more, it can do this. Because see, I don't need a phone that has all these specs and gadgets and gizmos that you hardly ever use it. I used to have the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. And when I tell you the phone was remarkable, it had a lot of good features. Oh, top of the line cameras, everything. But because of all the many features, the battery will only last like 4 hours. I used to have to charge that phone sometimes 4 times a day. 4 times a day with the S10 Plus that I used to have to charge because of the many features. It had reverse wireless charging, it had quick charging, it had this, it had that. Features that I rarely used. I rarely use these features. But on Motorola phones, yes, this phone does have reverse wireless charging as well. It has quick charging, but all the extra stuff that I wouldn't use and the extra caveats, this phone, I don't have to worry about this. And it's almost running entirely on stock Android. That means that this phone has little to no bloatware in the system. That's some of the reasons why Motorola phones receive updates faster than other devices because it lacks it lacks all that cumbersome bloatware. Motorola phones receive over-the-air updates faster than any other Android device. And the Moto Edge 25 is supposed to receive, I believe, 3 more security patches and several different updates. So if you're in the market of getting a phone, and this is a mid-range device, so mid-range device for people that don't understand what it means that it have flagship qualities at a mid-range price. So you're not paying over $1,000 for a device that has little to no features. You're paying for a device that has flagship specs, but a reasonable, understandable price. And like I say, I really want to do a real world test, make an example of this, but I don't want to test my luck. But I will say this: the accidents that I had, the slippage, everything that slipped out of my hand, the many times this phone has been dropped indoors and outdoors, it didn't actually fell on this floor. I was supposed to clean that up, but then it fell on the floor everywhere outside, and still nothing. So I was priceless wrong with another video talking about the indestructible Motorola Edge 2025. And if you're looking for a device and you're in the market for another phone, hey, don't worry about spending over $1,000 for a phone or even $2,000 because some of these phones now cost actual rent. Some of these phones is somebody rent. And to think about slipping it out of your hand and it falls into the concrete or the asphalt and it shatters. Come on now. When you could just simply spend what, $200 or $300? I paid $300 for this phone. And it has top-notch specs. And I don't have to worry about this thing breaking itself because it has, from what I'm understanding and experiencing, Gorilla Glass 7i is a very strong very strong, durable glass. So thank you for watching and tuning in. Be sure to like, give me a comment. And until next time, everybody, peace and continue to have a good day. I'll be back with another video. So make sure you enable your notifications so you can see another video from me later on. Peace.